Dayfacto podcast is privileged to have been founded on Wadjuk Noongar land.
We pay our respects to the traditional owners of this land and express our sincere gratitude for their ongoing guidance as we work in their community.
Ready?
Yep.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dayfacto, where we discuss our 9 to 5 kind of relationships in another podcast literally no one asked for. I'm Nicolette.
I'm Kate.
And also a big shout out and hello to producer Lainey, whose laptop has sadly died.
Yes. So for that, we are sorry. Just means that last week's episode is going to come out a little bit late. We still haven't released it yet at the time of recording this. We don't know when it will come out, but well, take it with a grain of salt.
Well, exactly. And you know what? If not, you might just get 2 episodes in 1 week.
Yeah, that would be good.
Double whammy.
Also, a huge shout out to today's sponsors. At time of recording, this is Valentines Day, and I saw our sponsor on the drive here. Simply Sensational.
Oh.
Who do you reckon Simply Sensational are?
Simply sensational. How did I not see this? You followed me here.
What's their core business? Simply Sensational.
Sinning.
In what form?
Food.
Sex.
Oh.
It was a sex shop.
Sex shop.
Jesus Christ, Nicolette.
Simply sensational. Oh, because it is, a bit naughty.
A bit of sin.
To have sex. We all know.
I did say sins were out for 2023.
Did you?
Yes.
You also said hangovers are out, but, circling back.
All right, well, move forward. Get over it. Today's episode, we are chatting about, should we talk about anal play before it happens?
Yes.
Lube, communication, consent, how you can say yes to one thing, and that definitely doesn't mean you're saying yes to all things. Not being gay.
That will make sense when we talk about it.
That will make sense when we talk about it. Hooking up with your best friend. And if it's okay for girls to hook up with other girls for drunk fun, then can guys do it too?
So, stay tuned to find out. Keep listening. We got you hooked now.
So, the official before of the before, Nicolette, fill me in. How was your weekend?
The weekend was great. Again, I was down south. So, as you can say, might as well have a house down there. I was down there for a wedding, which is fitting because it is Valentine's Day today, as day of recording. Love. Mm-hmm. And there was lots of love at the wedding.
Yes.
So, no, beautiful day. Nothing really too crazy happened. I mean, everyone got pretty turnt. There was about...
Got what?
Pretty turnt.
Okay.
Yep. Bit crazy,
Let's not use that word.
One of my... okay, wow. One of my friends actually left the wedding without her shoes.
She just left them there?
She just left them there.
Did she go back and pick them up?
No. And then the next morning she goes, see my shoes? And we said, we tried to find them last night before we got on the bus, and you said, don't worry about it.
I think I know who did this too.
Yes, you probably do. But no, it was a great weekend. Very chilled. How was your weekend?
Okay, I don't really have much to update you on. First thing though, we're less than 2 weeks until we do the Rotto swim.
It is.
So we are going to pop our link in the notes of our fund that we're raising money for, which is Parkinson's WA. So please, 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 please donate. We did promise we would make it there if you, in particular, you
know who you are,
donated. We will get there.
We will.
Me and Nicolette have been swimming really, really hard. We met at the beach this morning for a swim, and what did we do?
We didn't go.
We didn't get in the water.
Well, it was really choppy, and we said it's going to be a glass up on the day, so why practice with the choppiness?
Exactly. And we don't want to overexert ourselves.
No, exactly. We're tapering off, as we have said.
Mm-hmm. Few things. I've been getting seriously humbled in the swimming pool. I thought I was getting better. I thought that I was really getting better in the pool. I overtook a few people. This has happened twice now where I've overtaken people and I've been like, yes,
it feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I got it. Game on, moles. First time overtook someone, and then the next lap got overtaken by a seriously overweight, almost bordering on obese man. Now, I'm not saying obese people can't be good swimmers, but the societal perception is no, and in that moment I got humbled by that.
Good.
The next time, now, no offence, no nothing to anybody.
Yeah, let's hear it.
A man overtook me who had no legs.
He must have some good arm strength.
He was obviously very, very strong, very, very good at swimming. But I just thought,
Ableism.
Well, in the way that I swim, my legs are doing most of the work.
So maybe he uses all the arms.
He was incredible.
Wow, good on him.
He
That's
was
impressive.
very fast, and just before that, I'd overtaken someone else. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and then immediately
humbled
the
Absolutely.
fuck out. And because I have no actual weekend update, because my weekend was pretty boring for listeners, in listener terms, I thought I'd write a list of things that are pissing me off.
Wait, should we do that after? Okay. Then I've got some as well.
Okay, you go.
I was going to just say that today is
V-Day.
Valentine's Day.
You've mentioned it a few times.
And I just want to know, Kate, do you celebrate Valentine's Day? And if so, what you go to?
Okay, here's the thing. No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. And if you and me were getting together in a relationship, we're on the date, we're dating each other,
okay.
we're not together yet, I'll be telling you, not into it. Don't want anything ill, disgusting.
However,
the day rolls round, if you don't get me goddamn flowers, Nicolette, and if you don't...
Over.
OV. I'm not into it, but I want flowers for the sake of everybody else is getting flowers.
Exactly.
And I don't want to miss out.
Mm-hmm. And I think...
There you go.
I was going to say, we did say that last week. If you say, I don't believe in the commercial holiday, you better be buying flowers randomly throughout the year. Mm-hmm. If not, buy them on Valentine's Day.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just fork it out. Who cares? Make everyone happy. If someone says, don't get me anything, that means get them something. Get them something. Just do it. Because my friend got asked the other day, do you celebrate Valentine's Day by a man she's seeing? And I just think that's a funny question to ask, isn't it? Because no one's going to be like, oh my God, it's the holiday of the year, right?
No.
Everyone's going to be like, oh, I mean, like, not really, but like, you know, it's not like it's a religious holiday.
But it is nice to be thought of on Valentine's Day and
Exactly.
to receive something and to give something as well.
Exactly.
Now, I have gotten the best gift ever.
Which is,
I hope I can give it to my boyfriend. Oh, there's the quick mention of him before he hears this. But I don't think he listens. So if you are going to listen to this and you haven't got your present yet, don't listen. Basically, what I've done, and I've taken this idea from Nicolette, and everyone else is welcome to this, I've made him a stubby holder. Mm-hmm. It's a personalised stubby holder. Basically, I've put in the background a lovely portrait picture of the beach. Mm-hmm. I've then popped a picture of me kind of posing very provocatively in bikinis on the beach.
Yep.
I've popped a little Corona, the Corona logo, and then I've put the words, what did I put? Hold on, let me find it because I can't remember the words.
something like, so good you think you're dreaming or...
No. I need the legit. You think you've died and gone to heaven. And when he gets this, ooh,
honestly,
I'm so happy.
It is. I think that is a good present. I did it maybe last year. Mm-hmm. Little something fun. You know, it's a take on the old sexy beer poster picture, but you put on a stubby holder. Don't let your friends borrow it when they come around. That would be weird. Yep. Ours is hidden somewhere. Yep. Wouldn't want someone to grab that who, you know, probably shouldn't see it. But no, it's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Great idea. Get your Photoshop skills going on.
Yep. Okay, so are you done with your weekend? No.
No, no, it's not a weekend thing. I just have one more question. When it comes to giving gifts, so maybe Valentine's Day aside, birthdays, whatever it is, if someone gives you like, a significant other, so someone who, significant other says, this is what I'd like for my birthday. I like this bag and this hat, whatever. Do you then get them the bag and the hat, but then get them something else?
Like a surprise
gift. Like
gift.
a surprise gift.
Oh, yes. But I think if you're already at maximum budget, surprise gift might have to be cheap.
Yeah, but that's okay. As long as it's like a thoughtful gift, right?
Yeah, I think you just need to get something else that's a surprise gift. Yeah. I would say.
Like, it's something real basic. Can be anything.
Socks. Africa Lynx set. We know that goes down a treat.
Goes down a treat. Because my friend was saying for her birthday, her partner gave her some presents, but they were just things that she'd like said throughout that weekend prior to her birthday, like, oh, that's nice, or that's nice. So it was kind of like, oh, did you just quickly buy them? Like, did you not have any forward planning or thought about what I might like? You just quickly grabbed the things I said?
Or glitch in the matrix.
He'd already got them.
He'd already bought them.
Well, you never know. But
no, that's too easy, mate.
Yeah, I reckon
he's shot himself in the foot there.
You got to do a little surprise.
We get one thing of what she's mentioned, so you're listening. You're listening.
Listening ears.
And then you get a thoughtful thing.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm on that page as well.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
And it's almost like we're dating. So
it is.
So I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
Well, there we go. All right, Kate. Go.
Okay, so because I had a boring weekend, and I didn't really have much to talk about. I thought I would write down the things that are pissing me off, but the list is actually just from today alone.
Oh, we're in a bit of a mood today.
Unfortunately, I've lost all my notes. That's pissed me off. Here they are. So,
okay, great.
First things first, things that have pissed me off today. The word turnt.
Just trying to throw something in there, be a little bit crazy, but nope, it's fine. Thank you.
No.
Duly noted.
No.
Apparently it's Kate's world. We're all just living in it.
We're not
Especially
using
today.
that. People not obeying the pool rules.
Okay.
Okay, because I was at the pool yesterday, and I know I said it was just today, but this was late yesterday afternoon, so it's carried into today.
Okay.
Slow swimmers in the fast lane, swimmers in the slow lane, kids in the slow lane. It was chaos.
Yeah.
It was honestly,
And lifeguards not kicking them out.
and there was a domestic going on in the leisure lane. Oh my god, I had to leave. I was like, I can't swim.
Because
in
you
these
know what people do,
conditions.
and as an ex-lifeguard, I do know this one. You get there when the pool's dead, right? There's one person in the slow lane. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be that person that gets in one lane when all the other lanes are free and go behind them. So they get in the fast lane. Then the fast lane guy comes on, gets in the fast lane. And then everyone's like, oh, well, I won't get in that lane because there's two people. I'll go on this lane with only one. And then it all gets meddled up.
Yeah.
And you're fucked.
No, just stick with the lane that you
Know
that
your
know.
limits.
For me, I'm a middle girl.
Middle's always safe.
Yes.
Safe option.
Moving forward, same sort of thing, but people not understanding road rules. For example, okay, I was at a turning light today, and the turning light goes both ways, but it's just a one lane, so you all line up behind each other. This fucking dickhead in a 200 series Land Cruiser
The worst.
pulls up next to all of us so that he can go the other way. But some of us wanted to go the same way as him, so we basically just had to let him in.
Yep. Nah. Not
Fucking
cool.
hell. Also, people taking up way too much space on the footpath.
Pick a side.
Pick a side.
Stick to your left.
Is this your notes? I don't remember putting this. Yes, no, this is me. People not being by that I mean going back to the footpath thing.
Yep.
If there's three of you walking in a row on a footpath, one of you's going to have to duck behind because I'm running very quickly walking past you and I don't want to go on the dirt.
If you're taking up the whole path, you got to be the one to single file it when someone else comes the other way.
Yeah, which ties into people not being aware of their surroundings.
100%.
Look around. Yep. See who's around you. People not understanding the wind and knowing how to read wind here in Perth.
Well, on sea breeze.
On sea breeze.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not.
We know summer is the windiest part of the year and winter is less windy. We know that.
We do. That wasn't even on your notes. That just popped in.
That just popped in my head. So I feel good. I feel better now. I feel like I can progress forward with this recording.
Well, I agree with all those. I also wrote a few of them. But back on the road rules thing. Okay, if you, I applaud cyclists. Good on you, doing the right thing. You know, less emissions into. You know, they're cyclists. At this roundabout in the morning when the sun's kind of like bright.
Hard to see.
Hard to see. You're at the roundabout, right? You're giving way to your right, so you're looking right. I'm there looking. This cyclist coming on my left, instead of going around the roundabout like a car does, cuts through. So I'm looking right and he's cutting left straight in front of me. I take off, miss him by like 2 inches, honk him. He gives me the old arms up, whatever. And I was like, bro, if I had have looked right 1 extra second and not turned and looked straight, I would have flattened him completely.
Oh, what a fuckwit.
And I was like, that is so dangerous. And then I was all shaken up when it wouldn't have even been my fault, but he obviously would have come first. So, you know what? If you're a cyclist and you're on the road, you've got to be a car.
You got to act like a car.
And wear a high-vis vest because it's hard to see in the morning and at night.
And groups of 3 or under.
Yeah. Not 10 across.
No. 3 or under.
On the topic of cars, people reversing into one-way directional car parks.
Stupid. Why would you?
It's one way for a reason, bro. If you reverse in, you're going to face the wrong way and you can't get out. Or diagonal car parks, reversing into diagonal car parks.
What's the point?
They're diagonal for a reason. You can't reverse in, then you fuck everyone else up. Again, another car one. I just hate drivers, really. If you're turning left, people that veer right to turn left. Like they take a huge rightward turn.
You're not a bus or a truck.
That's what I said. You're not a bus, bro. You're fine. You're good.
Yep.
Right lane, slow drivers. If you're in the right lane and I'm faster than you, fuck off. Move left. Get out of my way. Move it. People, okay, this one. People check messages, but don't scroll to the top of unread messages. So it's a group chat and you're all chatting and they go, what's going on? Or they just reply to the most recent message. Like,
Scroll up.
Scroll up. and
Scroll up.
find out the rest of the messages.
Yep.
I'm not going to inform you. You're in the chat as well. It's not my job. Look up.
My brother I just told everyone that I was going to an event in 3 weeks' time and said, come along if you want. He said, can you send me the link? No, look it up. I don't have the link 3 hours later anymore. Look it up.
I told you the event. Look it up. 100%. People who are hell, like, obsessed with having a green grass, but they don't water the verge, which is the council land.
Yeah.
So it's like shitty, overgrown, dead grass footpath of their green lawn. It just makes your house look shit. Water it. It's an extra $2, not even.
We all know you're now a stinge.
Everyone can point to the stinge in the neighbourhood. You, sir, are a stinge. Water your verge. That on the line of fake grass, you still have to vacuum it. It's no less.
Yes.
It's no less jobs or chores to vacuum your fake grass. And if dog pees or poos on it, it stinks.
Nah.
Do yourself a favour, get real grass.
Out with the AstroTurf.
And last one, everyday coffee buyers who don't use a keep cup. Especially if they're gone from the office. You have a sink at home. You have a sink at the office. Rinse it, go and get your coffee.
Yep.
Save
totally
the environment.
Agree.
Easy steps.
Before I met you, Nicola, I don't think I knew anyone that was on the same level in terms of driving as me. I didn't think anyone was as insane on the road.
No, I'm insane. I'm crazy.
It's good to know.
The road rage is real.
It's reassuring that there's at least 2 of us that can actually drive properly.
Exactly.
In
and
Perth.
the thing is, this is why when Zach's home, I'm a passenger princess, because I am just a psycho. And I think when he goes away, I forget that I have to drive again and get all shitty again.
Actually, Willow offered to drive me somewhere the other day, and no, we were going to an event. We were running late. He said, no, I'll drive. He played it out like he was being the good guy, right? And in my head, I was like, we're just going to be extra late. And then we're in the car, and he's na 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 na, and I almost wanted to be like, pull the fuck over and let me drive. And then eventually I was like, if I had driven, we would have been there 10 minutes ago. And then he was like, well, no, we wouldn't have, and we'd all be stressed because you would have sworn about 20 times and changed lanes about 50.
Or like when before you got your license, or even now, like if you're like, oh, mum or dad, do you mind dropping me somewhere? And they're like, yeah, no worries. But they drive like 10 kilometers on the speed limit. And it's like an orange light and you're already running late, and they're like, stop. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm literally going to get someone.
My parents take the longest shortcuts ever. They will literally avoid main roads and go through back streets because it's faster. But you're driving more kilometres. You're driving at a slower rate. There's still lights. There's traffic.
I feel like the way I directed you. I was like, I'll go the back way. It's way quicker. Get stuck in the worst traffic. Probably more cars took twice as long. I was so fuming. I was like, ooh.
We got out of the car. I was like, oh my God. No, my parents are obsessed with this road called Rome Road, and I tell them in the car, I'm like, don't you fucking dare take Rome Road right now with me in the car. I cannot stand it.
Oh, actually, the last thing on the car topic, we're getting onto the freeway the other day, peak hour, it was like accident. It wasn't even peak hour, it was fucking Sunday.
Merge like a zipper.
Merge like a zipper. One car, you car, next car, whatever. Zipper. This guy, doing the right thing, getting into the merge lane, puts his indicator on, begins to slow down. There's no point going to the end of the merge lane. You just got to slowly urge your way up and then merge in, right? Slowly, but not dead stopped. The guy behind him, white car's doing the right thing, everyone's letting him in. Guy behind him, oops, sorry mate, I'm just going to go around you, goes around the guy trying to merge onto the traffic, literally around him to the end of the merge lane and merges in. And no one lets him in.
No one let him in?
No, because it was like, bro, we're all merging. You're only going to get one extra car in front. But imagine being like, oh, sorry, excuse me, sorry. Like, as if he's going a different direction.
What to see you next Tuesday?
Yeah. I was like, if someone lets him in, I'm going to fume. Because I was like a few cars back. No one was. Everyone was bumper to bumper. No one was letting this dickhead in. Yeah,
good.
It's great. It's good to see.
I love
when we all work together.
That's the time when I love people on the road, is those exact moments. Every other moment can fuck off. You're annoying me.
Maybe we should start taking public transport. It's not good for the high blood pressure.
No, and also bus drivers, they shit me the way they drive too.
But you know what? If I was in a bus, I'd just push everyone out of my way too. So
that's fair. Okay, well, that's been about 20 minutes. That's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening.
We have a lot to say on cars, so thank you.
Okay, our hot topic, the official before, is Nicolette, go. And go.
Wait, my one or your one?
Your one.
Okay, my one. Okay, let's do our topic. So, surprise. Theory, men with sisters, ?
I saw a TikTok on this today.
I did, and that's why I wanted to talk about it.
We have the same algorithm.
So, I'll tell you the theory. So, it's the overall theory, right? Guys with sisters will understand or know women better and be better at communicating with women. But then it goes a step further. So guys with older sisters, it's like the sweet spot. So they are growing up and knowing, like learning how to respect women. They're kind of like put in their place by their older sisters.
Amen.
Older sisters being like, not cool, don't do that. And you know, teaching them stuff. Whereas guys with younger sisters are more brought up in this like protective, like older brother, don't touch my little sister kind of role. And like then they're more of like this protective, but like not as good to women because they more see women as like needing protection and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I was just interested to see your thoughts.
My thoughts. I can definitely agree to that. I only have older brothers. I'm the youngest of 3 older brothers, so the golden child, naturally.
If you will.
Naturally. And they're amazing, and I can't say a bad thing about them. But I do think on the sense of when you said something along the lines of that's my sister, don't fuck with her kind of thing, maybe a bit more of my older brothers, the bigger age gap had maybe a little bit more like that, and then the brother who's closest to me is more less of that. Friends, we do talk about our intimate lives with our partners, not that deep, but like
because it's like the lesser the age gap, the more that you can like, I guess like fight more and like stand up for yourself. Whereas I guess like the older brother is like way older, so it looks like.
Yes.
You've always been so young to them, whereas like a brother that's 2 years older, like by the time you're like 16 and 18, you're not really that different.
Yeah. But no, totally agree.
But I do hate when you see like, say like someone's got 3 boys and they have a girl and you see it like on social media or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, no one's going to be able to touch her. She'll be protected forever. And oh, good luck to the guy meeting them or trying to date her. And you're kind of like, what is with this like weird obsession people put out to like these are like little kids already being like, no one can touch my sister. I don't know, it's a bit weird.
To be fair, it worked to my advantage because I was not bullied in high school because I had older brothers. But I do know whenever I would bring home a guy that was a fucking loser, I knew about it. I knew very quickly that he was a fucking loser, and my brothers have never let me forget any of the losers that I've dated.
But losers, yes, but have they ever been like, don't you touch my sister?
No.
Yeah, see?
I feel like my friends have more been like, what are your intentions?
Than a brother. I just reckon there's like this weird, like people think that it's like that all the time, but it's not always. But I do reckon guys with older sisters seem to be sweet spot.
Nice little sweet spot.
Yep, 100%.
So if you're a guy out there without any sisters, go and get an older sister.
Go and hire one.
Go and get one.
And what about, do you reckon, like do people with opposite siblings, genders, boy, girls, whoever it is, in your family, cut that out, let's start that again. Do people who don't have, like they're all of the one gender in your family, do you reckon they're not as better at...
What?
Okay, let's start this again.
Yep, go.
Okay, do you think if you grow up having like a brother and a sister or just 2 sisters or 2 brothers in one household, do you reckon they're better at communicating with the opposite sex?
Yes. I also think people that go to co-ed schools are better at communicating with the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Maybe not when they're older, but definitely when you're like fresh out of high school. 100%. I just know that for me, I have a lot of like really close best mates that are of the opposite sex, and I went to a co-ed school, but I feel like more often than not, people that I know that went to a single sex school don't have friendships with opposite sex. It's I have found it from my experience to be more people, they're more of an intimate connection or nothing at all.
Because you're always around them, so you're not like seeing them as a romantic interest, whereas I feel like if you go to a same-sex school and then like you have your brother or sister school or whatever it is, you're like, ooh, and it's suddenly these people you never see, so you're more like romantic side than friendship side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do agree with that too. So there you go. And I also think having your kids in same-sex schools from like primary school
important
is like...
Oh, sorry. No. The opposite. The opposite.
I was going to say no. I mean, the other. Like, I think maybe high school, same-sex school, I still don't really agree with it, but sure, whatever. But from primary school, like, kids that go to Perth College from, like, kindy to year 12, I'm like, you've literally never socialised with the opposite sex. And if you don't have brothers...
they've done it at balls.
Swimming carnivals.
As dancers.
The whole 3 times the term that they see their opposite school. Yeah, no, I just reckon it's weird.
Weird. We did have another hot topic, but where are we at? 25 minutes. Okay, this is my hot topic, and I never, ever, this is my first hot topic that I'm bringing to you. They've always been orchestrated by Nicolette. But, okay, so I was talking with someone that I know, and she said she was having problems with her housemate because her housemate had heard her and her partner having sex once, and then that that one time was a bit much, and then a bit later, like maybe like a month later, she heard it happen again, and she was absolutely like, we cannot live together. I do not want to hear anything. 9 p.m. is now from here on out. After 9 p.m. it's a quiet time. Just was really shocked by it.
Wow, okay.
And I was just sort of thinking, I feel like when you live with housemates, you're in each other's lives, you are going to hear them having sex.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fucking shit if it's every day or every week, but every now and then to me seems normal.
Yeah, 100%. I think as well, in a share house, there's only so many rules you can have. At the end of the day, if you're all paying the same rent, you're all living there together, you can't control the other person. I think out of respect for your housemates, you don't go being super loud in the next bedroom. I mean, Kate and I lived together for 7 months. Did you ever hear me?
Not once.
And I didn't hear you either. So
Didn't you?
Nah.
You told me, I said once, how long since you've had sex? I remember I asked you something like this, and then you said, no, not in this house.
Oh, yeah, I said we never have sex.
And I took that literally.
Oh.
I thought Mum and Dad wouldn't do that.
Well, we wouldn't. So there you go. But no, I didn't hear you either. So I just feel like
Did you actually not?
I actually didn't.
Maybe the walls are held thick in Canada.
Maybe, but I wasn't like up there with the glass trying to listen.
You and Zach? Oh, and she's coming.
Yep. Okay, good. Yep. All right. No, like I just feel like you kind of do it. And same with like if you have housemates and like other things, like they want to bring their partner over and things like that. I think you can be respectful, but you can't control what they do.
No.
So,
but on the topic of bringing friends over, if your partner comes over and is there, I would say over 5 nights a week, so 6 nights, 7 nights a week consistently. That is really shit for the other housemates.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if they're going to be there all the time, they should contribute. I.e. maybe, here's some toilet paper, or here's a loaf of bread, or something
100%.
like that.
If they're staying more than like 3 nights a week, I reckon they should definitely contribute.
Contribute something.
Because at the end of the day, like if they're paying, not that water bill, electricity is that much, whatever, but like I think it's just polite to chip in.
Yes.
Or offer. Or if like you've all got partners, that's fine and you're all sharing the same amount. But if they're there 6 nights a week, they're practically living there.
Honestly.
So split it, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, great chat. Now, let's get into it. So this episode is called...
No. What? Oh,
God.
I was episode. Okay.
This episode is called...
The Original Butt Luke.
The Original Butt Luke. And this, I would say, is an after midnight kind of relationship. Sound effect didn't work. Lainey cue sound effect in the recording. The one that takes you back. Okay, so Butt Luke. We'll tell you why his name is Butt Luke, basically.
Well, you'll figure it out.
And he is the original because we also have a Butt Luke 2.0.
We do.
Very briefly mentioned him. I thought maybe we could talk about Butt Luke 2.0 in this recording. My microphone just fell down. If we have time. But we're just going to stick with the main Luke, the original Butt Luke.
Yeah, and I also realised it's 5:45, so.
Oh, fuck me dead.
A quick
one.
story.
A quick one. So, basically, this is when we were living in Canada. So, this is when I'm living with Nicola and Zach in an apartment.
Not having sex.
No one's having sex.
No one's having sex.
Basically.
Yep.
We met me and Butt Luke, we met on a dating app. And then the first time I met him, we went out for drinks. From that point, we kind of started sleeping together. Actually, I don't know. We slept together twice in total, so we weren't sleeping together. Who am I kidding?
That's a hookup.
Yeah, we hooked up twice. The story is, and the reason he's called Butt Luke, the original Butt Luke, is I think the first time we went home together, we went to mine, we're hooking up. There was no hand touching of any person's body or genitalia. So it's practically tin soldiers next to each other, but the tongues are going.
Okay, so you're making out, but there's no touching.
There's no touching anywhere.
Okay.
Right? Then the clothes come off, but there's still no touching.
Oh, okay.
It's an undress, but this was a very quick exchange though. So we've gone from clothes have come off, immediately 2 fingers up the butthole. Up my butthole. Surprise.
I didn't realise the butt was first.
Yeah, so he stuck his fingers, now I don't know if it's 2, I don't know if it's 3, straight into my noose without lubrication, without warning, without communicating to me if that's what I was into. He didn't touch any other part of my vulva. He just went
straight to the butt.
The aim of that guy to get it in on the first
go. Did you know he was aiming for that area?
Bullseye. Well, you wouldn't go straight into the vaginal hole anyway, would you?
No, well, I mean, I don't think so, but I think there's a few people out there that would.
No.
Noted.
No.
For other people out there.
Other people warm the area up.
Not straight in.
Not straight in.
No.
And get some lube. If you are going to go straight in, if she says, please just don't touch anything else, just go straight into the hole, lube your fingers up, bro.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I was shook. I was very shook. I went along and I think we had sex. I couldn't really recover in that moment from it, so I didn't really enjoy it.
Well, I don't blame you.
But I tell you what, after that, I was very constipated for about 2 weeks. I think my whole noosh shut so tight. I had to walk. I walked around with my butt clenched. I had this little limp going because I was
nervous.
I was in fright. I had been butt violated.
Well, I think you had been violated. Your butt was clenched up. Didn't want anyone touching you.
No, I couldn't shit, man. It was so clenched up. Anyway, obviously I went into work the next day and told everyone what had happened.
Behind the coffee machine, though, so no one could hear it.
It was just behind the coffee machine.
It was just me and you behind the coffee machine.
And that was kind of it. He was kind of like messaging me. I was a bit like, oh, my butt still hurts. My butt hasn't recovered.
Not really into it.
No, but he was coming into work as well to say hi to me.
Yep.
Obviously. Actually, no, I slept with him thrice. I slept with him thrice. Sorry, everyone. So then New Year's Eve comes around. Mm-hmm. We go to like a party at an event space, ticketed event. I kiss this guy that I went to high school with. Ill regrets. But basically what I realised in that moment is I didn't want to get laid with this guy, so I thought I'll go with the butt guy. Mm-hmm. Right? Because he wasn't actually that bad looking.
No, he was actually pretty cute.
He was pretty good looking.
Yeah. The lesser of two evils.
He had half a brain though.
Yeah, he did.
But
I think the snow does that to people because there were some dummies.
One type of snow does do that to some people.
Exactly.
So I left this event and I went to the party and I met him. We had a boogie and then I was like, okay, it's time to go home. So we started walking home. He was there with a friend at the party, but also in Canada. They were there for 3 months, whatever. He was saying his friend wasn't getting lucky that night. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he said, oh, he's gay. And I was just like, yeah, like, okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But then I was like, oh, actually, my friend that was with us at the party, he thought your friend was cute and he's gay as well. Mm-hmm. I was like, they could be into each other. Like, oh my God, like I'll tell my friend and he can come over and they could potentially hook up. Like I was getting pumped. I was like, oh my God, I've just matchmaked, whatever. Then he goes, oh no, he's not actually gay. And then I was like, that seems like a weird, what? Why would you say that?
Yeah, like he's okay.
Very discriminatory, like wording. And then I was like, oh, the way I responded was like, I was clearly like off put by that. And then he was like, oh, but well, you know, we just say he's gay because, well, like when we go out, if we don't hook up with girls, we just hook up with each other.
I remember this guy saying that.
And I was just like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, we just hook up with each other because we didn't get lucky. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to forget that. So I went home and I slept with him. And honestly, he went straight for the butt as well.
Well, I mean.
Straight for the butt.
All right. Well.
Right?
The proof is in the pudding.
So, ignored it. Few days maybe a week rolls around. It's a Wednesday night. I'm going for my cheap wine. Mm-hmm. 2-for-1 wines.
Yep.
At this event space. He's there. Right?
Again.
Obviously, he comes over to talk to me.
No, he wouldn't.
And by this, after I've had a few wines, so now I'm curious about what he said before. Because me personally, I don't hook up with my friends. I never have. I just found it a bit odd.
Especially not with friends of the same sex. Like, I'm saying like some people might hook up with their friend one night and regret it. But like for it to being a continuous ongoing thing makes me think it's more than a friendship.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Mm. So I probed some questions. Obviously. He got very defensive. Right. He got very, very defensive and was like, immediate went on the back foot of saying, oh, I'm not gay. And I was like, well, number one, I'm not saying that. And number two, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like it's not, and you don't need to label yourself.
Or you could be bi, whatever.
You can be whatever you want, mate. Yeah. I don't really care. But maybe you and your friend should explore that a bit more if you're hooking up with each other. Like maybe you really like each other.
And they've been traveling together for 3 months.
Yes. When I suggested them exploring each other, he said, oh, no. Well, I don't hook up with him. He hooks up with me. Mm. And then he said, what would you do if your best mate was questioning their sexuality?
Oh, well, help a brother out.
And I said, I wouldn't hook up with them personally.
No. No.
I don't know.
I mean, what he's doing is there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just interesting that you would say that I have absolutely no interest in this person. Yeah, I'm going to hook up with them all the time.
Yes.
I feel like there might be I feel like he is just suppressing his true feelings.
Yes.
And that makes me sad.
Yes.
Because if he actually, if he does enjoy hooking up with him,
continue that.
Go for it, bro.
But no one cares. No one's shaming you here, buddy.
No.
But also at the same time, don't make discriminating comments about your friend being gay. Because no one gives a fuck.
And don't say your friend's gay hooking up with you when you're willingly going along with it.
Two people.
Yeah.
2 people.
Takes 2 to tango.
What I want to know is, Nicolette, if I was questioning my sexuality, would you eat me out?
For the sake of our business, no. No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely.
Business.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't hook up with a good friend of
at all,
of the sex I'm attracted to anyway. So I wouldn't just randomly hook up with one of my guy mates because he wanted to. So I wouldn't do that for a girl either.
Okay. If you're one of these people that does this, I want to know. I want more information because I can't. That's me. I wouldn't do that. So I want to hear the other side. I want to have the other side of the story. Because
I want to know why as well. I want to know if you're not interested in them, do you just do it because you want to support your friend, or is it just for fun?
And
it could just be purely for fun, trialing it out.
Absolutely, can be purely just for fun.
And also, I reckon lots of people don't actually know until they try.
Absolutely.
I was actually listening to a podcast on the way here, and Rebel Wilson was saying she was like, "Oh no, I'm straight," and then started hanging out with this girl, and now they're full together. She was like, "I didn't really know that I was gay." So I think sometimes you just have to try.
Yeah, that's so true.
Try before you buy.
That's so true. Okay, then what about the lube thing and the butt stuff?
Well, that comes down to communication. You don't just go straight in with your fingers or whatever it might be. You don't just whack anything straight in anywhere. Not just the butt.
I don't care who you are.
Who you are.
Don't put it in my noose without talking about it. Warm the area up. This is what I reckon, men. This is what I reckon.
Tell us.
Okay.
Hit us.
So
go on.
I reckon go down there, creep down from the top, the side. You can go butt to front, front to back, but make your way. Firstly, pits on number 1 is the clit. Give that a nice little warm up. All right, warm it up. Right. If she is pretty dry, she's probably not really turned on fucking words. She's probably not turned on much yet. So she might be getting there, but she might not be. So just ask if she's okay, because if she's dry, she could be not into it at all.
Or she could just be a bit dry.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So if she's dry, talk to her, get some lube. Make your way down. Remembering that once a finger goes into the noose, it's not coming back and going into any other holes.
No.
Until you wash your hands.
That's just a recipe for a UTI.
And thrush.
Exactly.
Then, if you're into the noose, I would say make your way to the back passage. Rub your finger over it and see how she responds.
Well,
because with me, I'll either give you a yes,
a big thumbs up,
or I'll give you a big thumbs down, and I'll let you know that in there.
But I also reckon, do you reckon that some people, is it just the norm to not go to the noose, but some people it is the norm to go to the noose? So obviously we're like, oh, that's so weird, but some people might be like, why didn't they go to my noose?
True.
So maybe it just depends on the person, which is why communication is key.
I don't mind a bit of noose play. However, as I've said many times before, IBS. So I'm not always ready for it.
And I would say
sometimes I'm already clenching my noose, trying to hold it together.
Exactly. The average folk would expect you to ask. Just like you'd ask to have not normal sex, any type of sex.
Any sex. Vaginal, penis, oral.
But does that bring the question, should you carry a lube around like you carry condoms around?
Yes.
Because you can get the little lube sachets that look like little condom packets. Chuck a few of those in your wallet.
I reckon, business idea, and I'm patenting it, lube on a carabiner on your keys.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's good.
That looks real cool. Let's all the hoes know you're ready to go.
Well, you're lubed up.
You're ready.
Always lubed up.
And if not, use your sanitizer.
Well, and that's what I've always said. I found coconut oil works quite well.
Oh, I have heard that too.
And then obviously you can just cook a curry up with it afterwards as well. So
exactly. So one thing, saying yes to one thing doesn't mean saying yes to everything. So just remember that, checking in. Don't just go straight to the butt or the front, whatever it is.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah.
check in,
100%.
start at the front, I would say, worked a little feel, warm up, see how they respond. And then, would you be interested? How about we try this? And then straight in. No, I'm kidding. Don't go straight in. Again, you need to bit by bit with the finger or the penis or the instrument.
Well, you heard it here first. Kate's tips.
My tips on butt
like
play.
in Friends, when she's like, there are 7 erogenous zones. And she goes through them. That could be you. You have to watch it. Ugh.
But I do know it can be very painful with the butt stuff. And my friend passed out immediately in the shower when the first time she did it.
Isn't that because there's that nerve there?
Yes.
Don't know what it's called.
Yeah. So just be careful.
So, well, thank you, Kate.
Well, we know I'm studying sexology, so I am licensed to talk about it.
You are licensed. All right,
that's the quick the 2-pump chump version of our episode today.
All right, so that is all we have time for. So we'll be releasing a podcast weekly or maybe bi-weekly or 2 a week. You know what? You just never know. You're going to keep on their toes. If you like the podcast, give us a follow on Spotify, leave a review in the podcast app, follow us on Instagram, but mostly probably follow us on TikTok because it's cooler.
And also share it to your friends.
Yeah.
Please.
Share them out. If
well,
you want to know how to do butt play, come talk to Kate.
just DM me.
She's got all the tips and the tricks.
I've got the tips. I've got the tricks. DM me.
Exactly. See you next time. Over and out.